The Ninja Turtles arcade game became an instant classic after showing up in arcades everywhere in the 1980s. For fans and gamers alike, it was a video game masterpiece. The graphics were awesome, the levels were fun as hell, and the icing on the cake was that you and 3 other people could play all 4 turtles all at the same time. This was the coolest feature of this entire game, fighting alongside 3 strangers who all fought for a single purpose, to beat down old Shredhead. Of course, in order to get the Shredder, you'd have to hack and slash your way through tons of foot soldiers. But getting there was half the fun. This game right here was everything a Turtles fan could ask for. In fact, the only bad thing I could say about this game is that you died just a little too quickly. Oh yeah, the infamous shell shock. Who could forget that sound? Even dying was cool as shit. Hell, if every game was like this one, I'd be out of a job. A few months later, they decided to release a Ninja Turtles game for the Nintendo system. After such an awesome arcade game, this one was highly anticipated. But just hold the fucking phone here, because this was far from the game anyone expected. In fact, it was downright terrible. Upon starting the game, you'll find yourself walking around the city. 5 seconds? It's gonna be some kind of record. Alright, let's try this again. You find yourself walking around the city, and they end up giving you this weird overhead view of the character until you go down into the sewers. But instead of this game being 4 players, they decided to scale it back to a 1-player game. And you can switch out any of the 4 turtles whenever you feel like it by pressing the select button. Each turtle has the exact same abilities, and there's no difference between them except their weapon. Both Donatello and Leonardo end up becoming the most powerful characters since they both use long-range weapons. So odds are you'll be using them the most. But this also means they'll probably be the first to die. And when you're down to just Raphael and Michelangelo, who are both poor fighters, you might as well just turn off the game right now, because it's only a matter of time before you get your ass handed back to you on a plate. Fuck! I hate this game! Now let's talk about stage bosses, because this game has some real winners. You know you have a great game on your hands when the ending boss just stands in the corner while you beat the living shit out of him. But if you think that's bad, then check this out. Choose Donatello, jump on the crates to the right, and just beat him with your bow. And for some reason, he only gets hurt when he ducks down lower than he already was. Doesn't this defy some law of physics? It kinda reminds me of this rooftop bullshit. Jump from the wrong place, and you go falling to the ground. Ugh. Now let's try this again. Oh, come on, are you kidding me? Finally! Now some of these levels have way too many enemies to fight off. And the real shit shocker is after you kill all the bad guys and turn around, they all magically reappear! What the fucking shit? Now I've got to kill them all again? And talking about enemies, what the fuck is up with the enemy selection in this game anyway? Eyeball plants? Rocket pack flyers? Guys on fire? Do you ever remember seeing these guys from the cartoon? Because I sure the hell don't. Either that, or else I missed the episode where Leatherface comes to visit. I'm not sure who the hell was in charge of designing the enemies, but I'm pretty sure it might have been the same jackass who designed the levels. Damn it! Just what the fuck were they thinking when they placed a pizza box way down here? Now, just how the hell am I supposed to get to this in time? If I go for it, I end up dying. So what's the reason for this? What a bunch of Aspergers with a side of fries! And who the hell could forget the infamous underwater level? I guarantee that anyone who's ever played this game has been probably scarred by the painful memories of trying to pass this nightmare of a level. First off, they give you a little over 2 minutes to try and disarm 8 bombs. Now, if you're just allowed to disarm the bombs, it wouldn't be a problem. But instead, they had to make it much more challenging. And they made it challenging, alright. They made it damn near fucking impossible. They ended up filling this level with all kinds of shit. Electric wires, killer plants, rotating spikes, electrical seaweed. God, the electrical fucking seaweed. Just touch it, and you get massively drained of energy. Ugh, you guys suck. And if that wasn't enough, in this section, they leave only a small space for you to try and swim through. Now in any other game, I probably could have taken my time to swim through it safely. But, oh, I'm sorry. I've only got 1 more minute to disarm 6 more fucking bombs. I don't have time to deal with this bullshit. Shit! I hate this fucking level. What a piece of cowabunga shit! Now, I'm not sure if the backlash of this game was overwhelming or what, but soon after they decided to release a sequel, and this time they took it directly from the source of video game greatness. Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game. Now we're talking, and they should have done this right from the start. So after popping the game in and starting, you'll find out that it's just another huge letdown. I mean, what the hell is this? This is the arcade game? What a pixelated nightmare! And in order to bring this game onto the NES, they had to strip it of every cool feature that made it fun. Flashy intro? Gone. Cool graphics? Gone. 4-player mode? Gone. Oh, come on, and that was the best feature! So if all these things are missing, then where do they get off calling this the arcade game? If they wanted to be honest about it, they should have called it Ninja Turtles 2, the suck-ass poor man's version of the arcade game, because that's exactly what it is. Now in this game, you can only play a 1 or 2-player game, and the worst part is that your turtle can only punch, kick, and drop kick. For a game that takes over an hour to defeat, this gets very boring. And when you die, that's it. Game over. They don't even give you the option of continuing exactly where you left off, like in the original arcade game. Instead, they give you the option to restart at the beginning of the level. Ugh, what a piece of shit. Another annoying thing is this product placement bullshit. In almost every level of this game, you'll end up finding a logo for Pizza Hut. And I guess it's because the turtles eat pizza, right? Oh, okay, well, just be sure to look out for these other corporate logos as well. Now everybody raves about this game because of the 2 extra levels that they included in this version. Well, la-di-fucking-da. These levels suck, and adding them was pointless and stupid. In fact, during the middle of the game, the New York Zoo magically freezes over, and at the end of the level, you end up fighting off a polar bear that looks like the cross between Joe Camel and Spuds MacKenzie. Now, I would have gladly done without these extra levels, if they just used the extra space to make the game closer to the arcade version. Face it, this game sucks, it's boring, and it's stupid. Shell shock? I'll give you fucking shell shock! After producing 2 shitty games, they decided to release one more game for the NES. Ninja Turtles 3, The Manhattan Project. Now this game kinda looks just like the second one, but with a lot of improvements. The overall graphics have been improved on, and it's also refreshing to see new ending bosses that hardcore fans are familiar with. The cool part about this game is that if you die, you can select a different turtle to play before returning to the game. A very nice feature. And to be totally honest, this game is actually enjoyable. So, I guess it would be kinda worthwhile to have this game in your collection. On second thought, fuck it. Because if you're gonna own a Ninja Turtles game, then this one's an absolute must. Ninja Turtles 4, Turtles in Time. Released only on the Super Nintendo, this game turns out to be as cool and as fun as the original arcade game. The graphics are awesome, the enemies are great, and the levels are totally tubular. The only downside is that you can only play with 2 players, but hell, with a game as good as this, it's something I'll gladly overlook. Too bad it took 4 tries just to get it right. Sadly, the original Turtles arcade game never appeared in its full glory on the Super Nintendo. In fact, fans had to wait almost 10 years later until the game was officially released as a bonus feature on the game TMNT 2, Battle Nexus. It's unclear as to why they only released Turtles in Time for the Super Nintendo. But, at least we have this one, so... Well, I gotta get going. I gotta play me some Donkey Kong.